Hello everyone, I wanted to make a video, kind of a different one. I've gotten into some astrology kind of interesting things, and I was thinking of making something where I talk about being Capricorn. And specifically, I'm like born right on the date of being a Capricorn, so I don't know if that means, anything. But I was pretty close to. Well, I was born at 5, so I guess I can't say I was pretty close to being a Sagittarius, but my mom was Sagittarius too, so that would have been pretty interesting. I was supposed to be born, like, I was actually premature by a few weeks, so I was supposed to, so that kind of makes sense that I probably would have been in Capricorn regardless. So, that's kind of interesting when you think about fate and you think about different things kind of ally in different ways, whether you believe it or not. Most people don't. I think just people don't believe in astrology just because, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's like pretty weird, especially if you have a birth chart reading, it's pretty spot on to what I am. So I just don't understand why. It's just, I guess it clashes with science, or they just, it's like unless you see it, you don't believe it, like, anything in life. But I think we Capricorns in general get kind of this bad rap of being kind of this, mopey, negative kind of thing, when I think we try to, play it like how in One Piece how Zoro does it, how he kind of just keeps everything to himself. He doesn't need to express these, unnecessary emotions all the time. We're not like cancers or something where we just need to burst into tears or just do this kind of, overly over the top emotion. And I think that's why I relate to his character. But as a Capricorn in general, I think that's something that doesn't get talked about enough, is that we don't have our emotions on our sleeves. We try to keep it together for other people as well as ourselves, knowing you can't just show emotions all the time for everything. And I think it's a valuable lesson to learn. Read the situation. Don't cross on a red light if you don't see other people doing it. That's the kind of thing. If you do see people, then do it. It's about reading the situation. And I think, my moon sign's a Gemini, so I think, I get reading the situation of a room and or anywhere. I think that's something I get too. I also really talk a ton all the time, so that's also a Gemini thing. So your moon sign's pretty important. The other signs I don't really, your other, when you read your chart, there's a lot of different things, but I just know that the moon and sun are pretty important specifically. But in your ascending when you're actually born. But the other thing is, I think, you know, we don't get this kind of, we don't really show this outwardly kind of, so in terms, people don't show us that kind of emotion back, which is disappointing because we do have emotion, we do show affection, we're just different. We kind of have to earn our trust. And that's, I think, with the earth sign thing with Taurus and Virgo, you have to show it. We're very orderly, we're very business. I'm pretty damn organized. I wasn't for a while, but I feel better. And that when everything's organized, when everything makes sense logically to me, I feel so much better. And that's kind of the thing. And I think big thing about earth signs in general, but really Capricorns, is we just hate liars. I can't stand someone when they lie. Like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And part of it is because I used to lie a lot when I was a kid to make my stories more interesting or whatever. But at the same time, I don't have respect for people that do it. It's like, so many people have lied in the general to me about the dumbest things. It's like, I'm not going to believe you. It's like the boy who cries wolf. The more you say something, I'm not going to believe it. And I think that's another thing that, as a Capricorn, we deal with. I mean, we can smell out that truth. You can't really lie to us, because if we're the ones lying, you would never know, because we know the truth. We know the difference. I think another bad rap is that, I don't know, I just feel like Capricorns in general get this bad rap. I mean, same with Scorpios and Gemini, which I'm both of those. So, double the hate on. But I think I like to be orderly. I like to joke though. I like to do all that kind of stuff. But I have a darker sense of humor. I I don't know. I have these kind of like things where I don't find the typical things funny or stuff like that. And I don't know if that's about being a Capricorn, but I definitely think so. And also, I think also it's kind of why some Capricorns are kind of annoyed sometimes is our birth dates pretty much line up with the holidays. Same with Sagittarius. But mine's 3 days before Christmas. That's insane. It's just so stupid. No one ever wants to hang out on the 22nd. It's usually the last day of school or something too. Or I never been in school though on my birthday so far. So hopefully not. But it was closed twice on the 21st we had it, which was ridiculous. Also, if you look on the chart, if you're born on December 21st, you're not even a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. You're nothing. It's kind of funny. If you look by certain charts, anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, it's kind of one of those difficult things where, people just don't understand, especially if you're Leo and you're a lion, you want to be out there, you want all these people around you, Gemini, you want to meet all these people, but Capricorns, Earth signs, we want to explore, we want to, we want to see everything. I kind of have a trait of a Taurus of eating all the time. Like, I love to eat all the time, all the thing. That's like the Taurus trait. I think of Luffy. He's a Taurus. That's why characters in general in fiction are when they have a birth date, they're generally based off of these zodiac signs. So it's interesting when you pay attention if there's a birth date that's announced specifically. It's some people, are born the day after, before Christmas, or on Christmas. That stinks. Or New Year's, So I could sympathize with those kind of people. Whenever I meet a Capricorn, it's always interesting because, we get this bitchy, mentality or whatever. It's like we tell the truth, and sometimes the truth isn't something you want to hear, but we tell it how it is, and we don't like that. And yeah, I kind of like those Earth signs more than I do. It's supposedly I match up well with Cancers and Tauruses, so those are two very different signs. So we'll see later in life. I actually have a Cancer ascending, which is another important part from when you're actually born. So it's pretty interesting. When you actually start reading into it, I think it's pretty interesting. And although we get bad raps, for being these negative people, you kind of get less depressed, and when you accept it, you're like, oh, well, I'm a Capricorn. I'm not gonna feel bad about being negative about things because I am very factual. If a sports player is not doing well, like Kaepernick or something, when he first started sucking, I'm like, no, this guy sucks. Out. I'm not here to waste time. You know what I mean? Like, if I was a GM for a sports franchise or a business, I'd be like, out, you're not doing well, out. Like, I'm very factual. I like the facts. I like getting my hands dirty. I like, I love to actually do projects. I'm a builder. I like to build things. That's part of being a Capricorn, too. So I think, if you ever meet a Capricorn, at the end of the day, just, if you find out they are, don't shy away. Don't try to be a jackass because you've heard this and that or whatever. We as Capricorns and Earth signs in general have been we see things differently than you do just because you're born under different stars. It's factual when you look at your birth chart. Don't tell me that that's not who you are. You'd be lying if you would say that it isn't, or at least somewhat similar. So. Yeah, so I just wanted to do a little special video for this, and hope you enjoy it. See you next time.